There's a lot of different ways of death. But it's a multiplier, guys. Let's first talk about the fact that you can't control it. If we're going to break this fear of death up, the first thing you have to understand is that you can't control it. Get your ego out of the equation. You cannot control this. Death is inevitable. It's above you. Stop trying to control it. Just like in your life, you have dreams and you have fears. Which one are you giving the most time to? Which day at 5:15 when you wake up, which one are you living? Your fears or your dreams? You're living one or the other. If you're really honest, you're probably giving too much of your attention to your fears. The preservation of the inevitable. You can't control it. Release it. Release it. You can't control it. And when you can't control it and you release that, it allows you the time and the clarity to put the effort into what you can control, which is making most of the time we have right the fuck now. The other thing that fears people about death is that it is a permanent situation. There is no going back. There is no reversing the clock, trying to make it right. It is done. Now you took the test, your grade stands. You can't take a retest, that's it, man. And that scares people because they're not ready for it. That's on them. Why does death scare you? Because you get one chance. It's the only thing I know besides birth that you only get one chance to do in your life. One opportunity. There's nothing else you get to do only once. Death. So do it right. You do it right by living a life to the fullest. Then when death comes, you've done it all. You're okay with it. It's only fearful if you still haven't done what you want to do and time's up, or you didn't say you're sorry, or let that person know what you mean and time's up on their life, and you have to sit here and regret. Lesson learned, reapplied, failure, we fail, learn from it, next time we're stronger for it, so you don't make that mistake again to someone else you love. You learn from that experience, multiplying your life that you have right now. Yes, death's gone in one aspect, but now alive in other aspects. What scares you about death is that you're not ready for it because you haven't done the fucking work yet. Haven't paid your dues, haven't become the person you want to be. What the fuck are you waiting for? I might not have tomorrow. You know? There's some things I wish I could go back and do a little better, but I did the best of my ability with my intellect at that time, with my education, what I knew. Obviously, as you get older, you get smarter and more intelligent, more savvy of social settings, business operations and stuff. But I made the best choice I could at the time. That's who I was. That created that failure or that default. I learned from and created me more strong and capable now. We don't learn in success, guys. Success, we don't learn shit. We only learn in failure. How we came up short, that we see the gap where we are and where we want to go. Let's talk about death, guys. There are so many forms of death. I'm going to start to try to change your perspective on death real fast. Death. Obviously there's life death, right? There's a day death. That's nighttime to morning, morning to evening, evening to night. There's a seasonality death, where it's spring, summer, fall, winter dies, new birth. There's a death with, I cut my hedges. Cutting life off, that stimulates a new growth, a new prosperity of life. Stronger for it, a Darwinism effect of it all. That, the strong survive, so if one dies, the other one learns from it. It's the same process. Our life is the same metaphor in all of these measures. There's also death in our lives. We're studying, going to school, college, right? There's a death there once we graduate, and then a birth into the business world. You meet a girl, you're single, you meet a girl, there's a death of single life. Then go into a relationship life. That relationship starts to work out. You guys get married, honeymoon phase, right? There's a death to that when you start a family, now you have a kid. There's a death and a birth. But all these deaths and stuff, even running a marathon, there's a training module where you don't think you can do it and you start to grow and get stronger, you learn so much about yourself, and then you cross that finish line. There's a death to the journey that taught you so much you're so proud of. But then there's a birth of possibilities. Because once you didn't think you could do it. You applied hard work, and then you do with diligence, and then you did it. Now there's a birth that, you know what? What else am I holding myself back from? What are these other fears? Let me face them. I'm capable. You know, I'm not in a self-paralysis state. The bungee jumping story I told you guys. The girl's freaked out on the edge. She doesn't want to go. Fear sets in, self-paralysis. I can't. We push her off. She falls back in horror, comes back up with life. Killing the fear. Let go of the end state. That we're going to die. It's done. We just don't know when it's going to happen. Let's get motivated. Be ready for that day. But the thing is, with all these death examples I've given you, from graduations, running marathons, getting into a relationship and getting married, starting a family, they're considered positive, not negative. Positive. Because yes, we studied hard, we graduated from school. Now, information absorbed, taking it into the next chapter, the business world, applying what we've learned. Loving somebody, having a family with them, growing that family together. Yes, the single life, going out and whoring and everything else, and fucking whoever you want, or just having the time available to take vacations and not having a babysitter, that's all gone. But for betterment. I'm not married, I don't have kids, but my sister does. She says that's the best part of her life, coming home, seeing the kids. Nothing sweeter has ever embraced her. She had to give up what she thought was cool. Single life, control and everything else, time and freedom. She gave all that up for this, and had to kill that. For the birth of something that's just unbelievably more wonderful than you could ever imagine. But in life, the death is so scary because it's the end. It's the end, there's no more. That's bullshit. What do you mean there's no more? If there's no more, then what are we waiting on? What are we doing our life for? That's like going to school, guys. Studying to be a lawyer, doing all this work, diligence, right? Passing the bar, and then never going to the courtroom, never applying what we've learned. With every death, there's a birth. I don't give a shit what you think. I don't talk about religion, I don't talk about politics, sexuality. I think they're all on an individual basis, but there is a spirituality that I don't give a shit what you think if you don't believe there's an afterlife. Then why are we here? The law of mortality, the law of morals, the law of nature, the common good. No one applauds. C.S. Lewis wrote a book, Mere Christianity. No one applauds the guy in Milton. No one applauds the guy who runs from the fight. No one applauds the guy who steals from his neighbor. There's a universal code there, right? Of what's right and wrong, the law of that. No one taught us that. We're just given that. Why are we given that? Because there's something else. And even if you don't believe it, believe it. Because it gives value to your life, accountability to your life. Just like when you're gonna have you're gonna run that marathon, right? 90 days. You got 90 days to get ready for it. So you train, it makes today accountable. Because you're getting ready for the inevitable coming. It's coming. Every day you're fighting for it because it's coming. Then when it comes, there is no fucking marathon? The fuck is that? No, there's a fucking marathon. And you run it. You graduate college. There's a fucking job market out there. We know that. We don't know what's after life because no humans really ever, I don't give a shit what humans say. No one can definitively, universally answer that question about life after death. I choose to believe it because it empowers my life. It gives accountability of what the fuck today means. It's gotta be that way. I'm not talking about which Lord you love and worship or anything else. That there is a day after this. When we graduate life, there is a job market we go to. And we are accountable when no one's watching. There's a higher power judging us, keeping us correct. That's what the law of nature is, right and wrong, that no one ever instilled with us. I never took a class on what's right and wrong. It's been from the birth of mankind, this right and wrong law. It's always been there. It's an intelligent making into us. You don't see that in a fucking tree or a stone or something, do we? No. You can't tell me there's not something afterwards. Because if there isn't anything afterwards, then why isn't selfish the greatest quality of a human? Fuck it, just be yourself. Steal, rob, cheat, kill. It's all about your own betterment. It doesn't exist because there's an afterlife. There's something we're going to be judged on. This is a test. We're studying for the better part and later. There's accountability today. It's also a celebration. When you graduate college, big celebration. Moving forward. That's what death is. It's a celebration. If you've done it right and you pass your classes, you get a degree. You do it right in life. You help your neighbor. Treat others how you want to be treated. These universal laws that no government created. You do it right. You pass on to something else. I don't know what it is, but I'm fucking excited to find out what it is. It gives me peace of this life. Even if it doesn't exist, why would you not have it exist? I'd rather think it's alive and believe it and be wrong than to think it never existed. Because it makes my life accountable. It makes it more fulfilling. It makes it more enriched. It makes it worth living.